My name is Walt Goodridge, and this is Q&A on the beach.
Never really sprung like this, creeping through my mind all night and day. I watch you like you're on my wrist. Come over, I need you right away. Never really sprung like this, creeping through my mind all night.
Provided that I'm not near the airport, is air traffic infrequent? Yes, the answer to your question is air traffic is infrequent. We have a commuter airline that services Tinian and Rota, and that takes off every hour. But again, like you said, if you're not near the airport, these are single engine prop planes, and you won't hear a thing unless you're right there at the airport. And then our major flights are coming in. United has a daily flight, one coming at 8:40 in the morning and then departing at about 10 o'clock or so. Jeju Airlines has one flight coming in several times a week, not every day if I'm not mistaken. So generally the air traffic here is minor, and that's not something that you'd have to worry about most places on the island. I used to live in Queens, in New York, right in Jamaica, Queens, right next to the former Idlewild Airport, now known as John F. Kennedy, and flights were coming in every 2 minutes, every 3 minutes flights were coming in. International flights, big jumbo jets. That's something you would not have to worry about here, and you'll probably hardly notice any air traffic. This is a question I had no idea how to answer, but how best to deal with the humidity and consequent mold, M-O-L-D, mold. Do most people stay indoors during midday with the air conditioning on? So the mold question, the AC question is something that I had no experience with because I don't use air conditioning. I keep my doors and windows open so I can get a cross breeze. However, while my client was here, we spoke to several people around the island and got some insights into how they dealt with it, if it was an issue at all. One of the products that we discovered was something called DampRid, D-A-M-P-R-I-D, and it's basically just, calcium chloride, I believe, that absorbs the moisture. That's basically the active ingredient. If I'm not mistaken, I'll put it up on the screen. I think it was calcium chloride that is in a container, and you set it at various places around the home, and it absorbs the moisture and reduces the probability of mold developing. Most people said if they clean their air conditioning units regularly and keep the DampRid in their homes, that it's not a major issue. So that's something that, again, I'm not 100% familiar with. It's not something that I've encountered, but that's what we learned. It's not a major issue for most people who do use air conditioning. Okay, which grocery stores offer food from the mainland, as I want to avoid local food because of possible contamination? So this is a topic that I'll probably go into in more detail in another video, and I might even have a special guest who might be able to talk about this. But this individual was concerned about PFAS contamination, which are, if you look that up, you'll find that they're sometimes referred to as forever chemicals, and one of the major sources of that is the foam, the fire retardant foam that the fire department uses in their testing and at the airports when they're doing fire drills and fire catastrophe training. And apparently Saipan does have PFAS in the environment, so I can provide information on how to get more details on that if you're interested. But to answer the question, all of the stores offer US produce. But the thing is, in my opinion, I haven't done any tests on the PFAS contamination in foods. I will be doing that at some point, so I'll share that with you. But the thing that I am more concerned about when it comes to ingesting fruits and vegetables is the existence of pesticides. So I personally stay away from mainland fruits and vegetables because those will tend to have more pesticides than the local food. So there's a difference here in how we're approaching life. But I tend to, if you do a search for the top, I forget what they call them, like the dangerous 10 or something like that, of American fruits and vegetables that are notoriously high in pesticides, you'll see grapes are up there. As a result, I stay away from U.S. fruits and vegetables and tend to, as much as possible, focus on local fruits and vegetables. Once I get some more information on the PFAS contamination, then I will share that with you if that's a consideration for you. But this was not a deal breaker for me in terms of life on the island. And another source that the PFAS tends to get into the body through is water. And I do have it on good authority that the bottled water that the majority of the population here uses, the reverse osmosis filtered water, does not have PFAS contamination. Here's something I just created, and I call it the Fast Track Relocation Kit. And it includes forms and fees and the mayor's office identification card application, a marriage application, application for a PO box here on Saipan, driver's license, and the tax forms that you'll encounter and that you'll likely need, as well as flyers for apartment complexes. Just a few of those, but some that might be helpful to know about. And that's available through the links in the description on the Shopify store and also at waltgoodridge.com/store. You can check that out. Typically, this is for people who've signed up for the relocation tour, either the reconnaissance tour or the actual relocation tour. It's all of the forms that they would encounter during our daily tour. You can have them in advance so you'll know what to expect, and this may help answer some questions that you have, as well as prepare you for what to expect on the island. If you decide to take a tour, either a reconnaissance or a relocation tour, then it'll be included as part of your tour. If you do a consultation, then you can get this as well. Or if you just want to buy it outright, then it's also available through a description through a link in the description. So hope that's helpful, and I'll see you soon.
Subscribe.
You know what I'm saying.